Is your vehicle in need of a quick oil change or tune-up before hitting the road this summer? Stop by Quick Lube and Tune, the home of the good guys at 610 South Wenatchee Avenue.
It's time for NCW Life News on the NCW Life channel. The latest from the Wenatchee Valley and North Central Washington with Steve Hare, Grant Olson, and sports with Eric Granstrom.
Good Tuesday evening and welcome to NCW Life News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window where we saw pretty much cloudy skies throughout the day today. A little light flurry activity in spots around north central Washington, but for the most part just cool and cloudy throughout the day. But there is a storm that's headed our way and that will begin tomorrow. Then we'll stay kind of stormy through Friday. Not a lot of snow expected with this storm system. Let's take a look at that map and I'll show you most of the snow will be in eastern Washington and into the Idaho Panhandle. Maybe Spokane 1 to 3 inches. I still think we will see about 1 to 2 inches here in the Wenatchee area, and we'll show you that storm system as it moves in and tell you more about it a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Chelan County has a new Superior Court judge, and the Okanagan man shot by his wife last week has died from his injuries. But first, we begin tonight. 2017's list of top local stories includes the fatal police officer shooting in front of the Albertsons grocery store in Wenatchee. Officer Albert Gonzalez shot Matthew Folden when Folden charged at him with a knife. Officer Gonzalez had responded after Rivercom dispatchers received 911 calls that described Folden as acting erratically and screaming at people in the parking lot. Gonzalez was eventually cleared of wrongdoing. He's now returned to service and, according to Captain Edgar Reinfeld, was recently recognized for his service.
Albert made 459 traffic stops this year. He's going to get a few more in this year because he just returned after some leave. So he'll get a few more. He had 42 DUIs. So we look at that. About 9% of his traffic stops resulted in a DUI arrest. Wow. It's an exceptional number. It's unbelievably high.
It's kind of disturbing too.
It is. Yeah. Well, it just indicates there's a belief. I have no idea what the NHTSA research says, but there's always that kind of 15 to 20% of the drivers on the road are intoxicated. He's picking them off 9% in his work. Additionally, he led us in basic traffic statistics. He led us in DUIs by far with 42 DUIs. But around that as well, when we had our awards ceremony in December for the period basically covering June of 16 to about June of 17, Albert picked up 2 life-saving awards for life-saving CPR in the field and a commendation for his work as a patrol officer in 2016, where in his first full year with our department, he exceeded anyone's expectations for an officer. As far as his overall work, his ability to work with the community, especially the Latino community, and then on top of that, took on the roles of emergency vehicle operations course instructor when we had an instructor leave our department. And then on top of that, in 2017, he became a drug recognition expert, which is a national certification for DUI detection for drugs other than alcohol.
Following the shooting, friends of Folden continue to raise money for the wife and child the Wenatchee man left behind. His friends continue to support Folden's wife and child through fundraisers. They also continue to maintain that the shooting was unnecessary. New rules for marijuana growers in Chelan County also made it into NCW Life's 2017 top stories list. Commissioners approved the new regulations in response to complaints from neighboring property owners who objected to the skunky odors and bright lights generated by the large pot plantations.
The 3 commissioners, none of us had ever been involved in the production of marijuana, and we were assured by the industry that odor would not be a problem, and in fact a comment was made that no one would even know that we're there. Definitely a concern, but not an overriding consideration, that not every existing grow in Chelan County is going to fit these regulations. It would be nice to simply say we're going to ban jerks in Chelan County, and anybody that's nice and is respectful of a neighbor can continue. That's not the way code can be written. That's not the way code can be enforced. It's also definitely a concern, but not an overriding consideration, that production will be more expensive, could be more expensive than it has in the past, but that's a fact of business.
Growers viewed the new restrictions as oppressive and unfair. Chelan grower Tom Hickey was one of the more vocal in his criticism of the commissioner's actions.
I stayed out of this. I saw it in the background. I never really thought it would have anything to do with us, because it doesn't have anything to do with us by the stated reasoning, which is that the neighbors are complaining about the lighting and the smell, okay? Those people have a legitimate concern, and those things should be dealt with. If they were a previously existing permanent residence and a fully permitted person in a house, winery, business, person, doesn't matter to me. Those people have issues, and they need to be resolved. This is the reality. This is why I'm upset, because we lost our house over there in 2015 to a natural disaster. And now a disastrous man-made decision can threaten our livelihood. How can that be true? I want that question asked of them. How would they justify this? There is no way.
The new rules are now in place in Chelan and Douglas counties, but it remains to be seen how they're enforced and how the growers intend to pursue a court challenge. Late last week, Governor Jay Inslee announced the appointment of Kristen Ferreira to the Chelan County Superior Court. Ferreira replaces Judge Alicia Nakata, who's retiring. Ferreira is currently a partner at Jeffers, Danielson, Son, and Aylward in Wenatchee. Prior to working in private practice, she served as a law clerk with the Tulalip Tribe's Office of the Reservation Attorney. Inslee said Ferreira has an in-depth understanding of the issues that affect Central Washington and demonstrates a real commitment to community service. Ferreira serves on the Board of Campaign for Equal Justice and participates in the Chelan-Douglas County Volunteer Attorney Services. She has served on the Chelan-Douglas County Young Lawyers Division Board of Trustees and was named Washington Super Lawyers Rising Star for 4 straight years. Coming up next, how will small business owners be affected by the new sick and family leave law? We'll tell you. And an Okanagan man who was shot by his wife last week died Saturday from a head wound. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching NCW Life News.
Travel enhances your life in every way. Let the travel professionals at Journey Travel and Tours help you plan that dream vacation. Don't leave the important details to those nameless, faceless online agencies. At Journey Travel and Tours, our goal is to build relationships that last a lifetime. And when you do need help, we have a 24-hour helpline that is routed to one of the agents in our office. When you think travel, think Journey Travel and Tours. It's where your journey begins. Like us on Facebook, and you could be one of our monthly winners.
Come find your holiday gifts at Antique Mall at Cashmere this holiday season. With 15,000 square feet to explore, Antique Mall at Cashmere has something for everyone, from coin enthusiasts to avid collectors. For do-it-yourselfers, this is the place to find your next repurposing project. What a great way to make your holiday gifts for someone special, using your keen eye to make something old and new again. Discover your next holiday gift in the Antique Mall at Cashmere. Stop on by today.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CBCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CBCH respects that.
Welcome back. In another news, small business owners in the Wenatchee area will probably face additional costs in connection with new labor laws set to go into effect in January. The new sick and family leave law requires employers provide workers with 1 hour of time off for every 40 hours worked. It applies for temporary, part-time, and full-time workers. Wenatchee attorney Gil Sparks is a labor law expert who says small businesses will likely be impacted more than larger scale employers.
Employers were not required to do it, and if you think about it, many small employers who are small businesses that are trying to get by the best they can, adding another paid component, which then increases the overhead, cuts down the margin, can make it difficult. It may be philosophically attractive, but is it operationally cost effective for employers to run their business and for you and I to go out and be able to buy goods and services at a reasonable, fair price in the marketplace?
It's one thing to have a local business that, say, has 125 employees and a payroll system and HR and all these people, because they already know all that stuff. They're keeping track of that stuff. Before, as you mentioned before, for maybe a mom and pop thing with just 2 or 3 employees, it's a significant change.
And for a new startup business too.
Sure.
And it adds a new tracking paperwork element, letting employees know what their balances are, how they can use their balances, when they can use them. And so what has happened in this 1-year period is the Department of Labor and Industries has been working with focus groups to try to develop a series of rules and sample policies, because this will come out on the effective January 1st. Now, I'm finding that, notwithstanding letting employers know that this was going to be an obligation, many have waited till the last minute. And now they're saying, oh my gosh, do I really have to do this? And the answer is yes, they really have to do this.
Sparks will be offering more information on the new labor laws at a Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce event coming, but was held on November 20th, and it will be held once again on January 20th. Other news, an Okanagan man who was shot by his wife last week died Saturday from a head wound. A friend at the home during the incident told investigators the couple, Sharon A. Allard and Daniel Allard, were arguing upstairs while he was downstairs. According to the report, Sharon Allard called her husband upstairs to fix the TV and then allegedly shot him with a .357 caliber revolver. The friend called 911 first, and then Sharon Allard called a few minutes later to report the shooting herself. According to the sheriff's office, neither appear to have been under the influence of drugs or alcohol when the incident occurred, and Sharon Allard is currently being held at the Okanagan County Jail on suspicion now of first-degree murder. Tickets are still available for tonight's performance of Cirque Dreams Holidays at the Town Toyota Center. The show features a variety of acts and performers, that according to organizers who appeared on today's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley program with Dan Kuntz.
This is a Cirque-style show with Broadway singers and a holiday spectacular all rolled into one. Like I said, we have over 300 costumes, and it's so much fun to put on. 30 performers. We've got contortionists. We've got European champion jump ropers, aerialists. I mean, 20 acts from all over the globe. I could talk forever about this, but there's just so much magic, and it's hard to even put into words. You just gotta come see it tonight. We're so excited.
It's just, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on pretty much all the time, right?
Oh yeah, it's like non-stop.
Okay.
We've been going for a couple of months now. We're getting towards the end of the tour. And although the schedule can get grueling and we can all get tired as performers, I still stand in the wings and watch in awe because the acts are just absolutely inspiring and magical.
You're watching NCW Life News. Coming up next, your sports update, followed by today's featured story. That and much more still to come on NCW Life News. Stay with us.
Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house, featuring great family dining in downtown Chelan. We've got burgers, pub fare, and the best barbecue around. Try one of our award-winning sauces made fresh here in-house. So grab the whole gang and come on down. Stormy Mountain Brewing. Beer, barbecue, friends, and beer.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Tuesday. I hope you had a great Christmas yesterday. Going back to last Friday on the Les Schwab Prep Scoreboard for the final day of the NCW Basketball Showcase, Moses Lake boys no trouble dispatching Bethel. Then Ike took overtime to edge Linwood in boys basketball. The U-High boys and girls teams knocked off Rogers in girls play and on the boys side. And then it was the non-league action between Wenatchee and Eastmont. Skylar Walton had a breakout game for the Panthers with a 25 points, 6 rebounds, and a steal as Wenatchee down Eastmont 62-48. Allie Hallberg chipped in a double-double with 19 points and 10 rebounds as Wenatchee improved to 3-5. Eastmont fell to 4-4. In the boys' game, Wenatchee continued its dominance this season over Eastmont, downing the Wildcats 55-35. By the way, at the end of the third quarter of that girls' game between Eastmont and Wenatchee, there was maybe the shot of the year. Skylar Walton gets a loose ball as the buzzer sounds, flings the ball towards the hoop while being fouled and flying off the entire court and makes it. Let's watch it as it was broadcast live on the NCW Life channel with Ian Dunn and Mark Miller on the call.
Ball comes into Worley. Her shot at the buzzer will not go. And oh my goodness, falling out of bounds as the buzzer hits. She threw it in. It's a three-point shot. Ball comes into Worley. Her shot at the buzzer will not go. And oh my goodness, falling out of bounds as the buzzer hits. She threw it in. It's a three-point shot. No, they're going to say a two-point shot.
She was outside.
And she was fouled on the play. How do you like that?
Folks, Cammie Worley on a 10-footer. The shot is partially blocked. The ball is batted around. And Skylar Walton at the out-of-bounds line picks it up in one motion, flings it, and ends up not only off
it was
the
a
court,
three, the referee says.
She was not only off the out-of-bounds, she was off the entire court when the ball goes in.
So they need to give Wenatchee another point. It was a three-pointer, so Walton at the line to complete the four-point play, and she does.
Indescribable.
How about that? Great shot, great camera work, too, by both Michael Price and Jessica Medina to capture it. On the NCW Channel sports schedule this week, well, tonight we feature the Wild West Valley Wenatchee boys game for back December 15th. Tune in at 7 o'clock for that. Coming up Thursday, hockey night features Salmon Arm and the Wenatchee Wild for December 16th. Then on Friday, more hockey. Chilliwack takes on Wenatchee. Well, the Seahawks kept its postseason alive with a 21-12 win at Dallas on Sunday. The win came despite Seattle managing to be the first team since 1966 to have more penalty yards than total net offensive yards. Russell Wilson hit Jimmy Graham and Doug Baldwin on second-half touchdown passes to complement a pick-6 by Justin Coleman. Coach Pete Carroll was happy with the way his team bounced back from a dismal performance the week before against the Rams, so the Seahawks are still alive. Russell Wilson completed 14 of 21 passes, 93 yards, but net passing yards was 60 with 3 sacks. Wilson said the team just tried to erase the memory of that Rams game and focus on the Cowboys.
Honestly, I thought the Rams actually had a great week of practice. I thought the game was funky as can be, obviously, but you know, this week of practice, we really, once again, we found a way to overcome. We tuned in, and all the things we did, we let the past game go, and we really just focused on what we needed to do. We focused on the reality of what we needed to do, and you know, come on the road, you know, to Dallas in a tough environment, and on Christmas Eve, which is never easy, and find a way to win. And so now we get to fly home. We got a little gift, you know, to take us home.
So the Seahawks need to beat Arizona on Sunday and have Carolina top Atlanta. That's sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. Corey Faulkner was once a regular Wenatchee High School student. Now he's forging ahead with a career of fitness and technology. During his time at Eastern Washington University, Faulkner began working on a fitness app for your smartphones. The app is called Perfect, and its stock just went public last week. Our feature video today will help tell the journey of a Wenatchee kid who's now making a big splash in the technology world.
I think the difference between a good business and a great business is that a great business not only knows how to make the most money, it also knows how to help the most people. This journey started 2 years ago when I noticed I had so many friends and family in my life that would go to the gym but didn't really know what to do once they got there. They would tell me that they would just Google something for a workout, or they'd use the same workout they used in college, or they'd tell me that they honestly just go to the gym, get on the treadmill, and leave. I set out to find a way to bring personal trainers and the people who work out together on one platform. And that's how Perfect was born.
Corey is constantly asking himself on a daily basis, really, what's new, what's interesting, what's different. He hasn't created an app. He hasn't even created a platform. He's created opportunities.
I actually gave up early on with this idea. I built this garbage website on my own, had about 50 trainers on board. I spent months typing in programs, and then we finally launched, and I made like 40 bucks. I was completely devastated and basically gave up. 2 months later, I bumped into this guy at the gym, and he said, "Hey, Corey, Andrew?" And I was like, "Dude, you look awesome." And he goes, "Yeah, man, I've been using the programs on your app." And it just hit me right there, and I realized that these programs actually work. I just built a really bad website to host them on.
Corey came from a small town in Washington where there are a few gyms. There are a limited number of people that are really serious about fitness. But what Corey's done is he's flipped that on its head. With Perfect, he's opened opportunities to anyone, anywhere. And it's not entrepreneurship. It's not even business per se. Corey's on a mission to make the world just a bit more connected. And he's doing that through Perfect Fitness.
We created a social fitness platform that our trainers absolutely love. It allows them to grow their clientele, sell fitness programs, and ultimately run their entire business through our app. Where our goal is to help 100 million people become the perfect version of themselves. Check out the page, have a look at our team, and join what 325 personal trainers are already calling the best fitness platform ever made.
Perfect goes live in February, but investors can get access to limited edition shirts and other goodies. Stay tuned in January on the NCW Life magazine when Jay Seebeck gets Corey in the studio to talk about the new app's release. We'll be back in just a moment with a recap of some of today's stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Lake Chelan mailboxes find solutions and the best price for all your shipping needs, including UPS, FedEx, and the U.S. Postal Service. We offer a variety of services including quality copies of all sizes, faxing, scanning, sending and receiving email, laminating, and notarizing. Enjoy browsing through our large selection of greeting cards. Lake Chelan mailboxes supports our military, fire victims, and our community.
See us at the Plaza in Chelan for all your holiday needs.
Time now for a recap of some of our top stories. An Okanagan man who was shot by his wife last week died Saturday from a head wound. A friend at the home during the incident told investigators the couple, Sharon A. Allard and Daniel Allard, were arguing upstairs while he was downstairs. According to the report, Sharon Allard called her husband upstairs to fix the TV and then allegedly shot him with a .357 caliber revolver. The friend called 911 first, and then Sharon Allard called a few minutes later to report the shooting herself. According to the sheriff's office, neither appear to have been under the influence of drugs or alcohol when the incident occurred, and Sharon Allard is being held at the Okanagan County Jail on suspicion of first-degree murder. Well, in partnership with the Chelan County Public Works, Wenatchee Boy Scout Troop 7 is taking care of the disposal of your Christmas tree. Coming up on Saturday, January 6th, you can drop off your Christmas tree at the Chelan County Shop in Wenatchee. That's located at 210 Easy Street between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Scouts will be collecting the trees for recycling. A $5 donation is suggested, and donations will go to Troop 7 to support its programs. Trees can also be dropped off for recycling at the Dryden Transfer Station at 9073 Highway 2 or at the Eniat Brush Yard located off Highway 97A behind the Fire Interpretive Center. When dropping off your tree, make sure it's free of all tinsel and decorations. And for more information, contact your local waste disposal department. Time now for your local weather forecast for Central Washington, all of Central Washington. Let's take a look at our weather window first, or outside our weather window. And here's what we're seeing out there. Clouds and a little bit of light flurry activity as we take a look down at the Columbia River in the beautiful Wenatchee Valley. A couple inches of snow over the Christmas holiday weekend, and we have more snow on the way. As we take a look at our forecast map, or our loop, I should say, we are seeing a very large area of low pressure out in the Pacific right now, and beginning tomorrow into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, that area of low pressure will move east into the western coastline of the United States, and that will increase our chances for snow once again tomorrow night, especially on Thursday. Another round of moisture from that large low will make its way in on Friday too, and that will bring us more chance of precipitation as we get into Friday. It looks like at least now the upcoming weekend will be fairly quiet, at least on Saturday, before another round of storminess moves our way on Sunday, bringing us a slight chance for rain mixed with snow. But right now, you see the big weather maker right on your screen off the coast of Washington and Oregon, and over the next 24 to 48 hours, that will really influence our weather with more snow, 1 to 2 inches here in Wenatchee, and then a rain mixed with snow as we move in a little bit later in the week and maybe into Saturday morning. Let's take a look at your forecast now. Tonight, we'll drop down to a cool 16 degrees. Once again, fairly quiet during the day tomorrow, and 26, 22 with an increasing chance for snow on Wednesday night. For Thursday, we'll see a high of 31 degrees with snow. 28 our overnight low on Thursday with more snow. That continues for Friday before we warm up a little bit on Saturday, and then more snow moving back in for Monday. Well, the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce wants to wish everyone happy holidays by producing this beautiful Christmas video of our amazing valley. Beautiful. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. Also, make sure you tune in to the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and all of the day's news with Steve Hare. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
Hi, I'm Mike Jackson, City Administrator for the City of Chelan, and you're watching the NCW Life channel.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.